नमस्ते, सत श्री अकाल जी, सलाम अलैकुम। आपका DenaeLife में स्वागत है। हेलो मेरी भट्टी भाइयों और बहनों, it's your कुड़ी एंजल लड़की Danae. I'm a singer, actress, model, performer. Check those links in the description below. And if you've been here before, you know that I love India. I love all things about India, the culture, the music, the food, the fashion, the religions, the beautiful variety that the gorgeous, huge country of India that it is. I love it all. Now, today is going to be a really fun special video because I'm going to be reacting on the 15 things you didn't know about India. I'm curious because I feel like I know quite a bit about India, but you can always learn more. So I'm excited to learn these things. This should be a really fun one, and I'm excited to do this with you guys. I hope that you have fun with me, and hey, maybe you'll learn something you didn't know too. If you did learn something that you didn't know, definitely comment below because I would love to hear it. So I say let's get to it. Let's see what we don't know, huh? Whoop, ruko! If you haven't already, go down and subscribe to DenaeLife because this is a big multicultural life and we react on a lot of things Indian here. So please join us. I would love to have you and like this video for India. So let's do it. Chalo chale.
Hello A-Luxers and welcome back to another fascinating video. Today we're looking at incredible facts you didn't know about the 7th largest country in the world, India. With a population of over 1 billion people, India is one of the most influential and powerful countries in the world. Its cultural history is particularly complex and detailed, spanning 4,500 years of predominantly Hindu philosophy and theology. Thousands of years later, modern India is profoundly different, with its own colossal film industry, a diverse population, and an astonishingly big workforce. Because alux.com is dedicated to becoming the world's best resource on the most interesting countries and destinations, we couldn't wait to bring you 15 things you didn't know about India.
Okay. Bollywood.
Number 1. Bollywood's highest grossing film.
That's not a real sign in India, is it? Obviously, it looks just like the Hollywood sign. Let me know if this is real.
Made 27 times more than Hollywood's highest grossing film. For every 600 films Hollywood produces, Bollywood will make 1,000. They're the most profitable films, too, when you compare the numbers. Hollywood's highest grossing film was 2009's Avatar, which made $2.8 billion at the box office. In stark contrast, the Bollywood film 3 Idiots brought in $76.81 billion. Now that's a profit.
Dang.
Number 2. Shampoo was invented in the 16th century, India. Derived from the Sanskrit champu, which means massage, the concept of shampooing was invented in India in the 16th century. Herbs and natural ingredients were used then, rather than today's combination of modern chemicals and fragrances. In particular, gooseberry, sapindus, and fruit pulp. When colonial visitors came to India, they brought the practice of shampooing and hair washing back with them to Europe.
Well, thank you, India,
Number
for giving
3.
us shampoo.
Diamonds were first mined in India, and it was the world's greatest producer. India was the most productive diamond mining country in the world until diamonds were found in Brazil in the 18th century. There are now 3 active diamond mines in India, and the famous Kohinoor diamond was found in the 13th century. The 793-carat stone went from person to person and was eventually acquired by Queen Victoria during the British Raj in India.
Acquired? I'm not sure that's what you call it. Acquired. That's funny. Pretty sure that's not how it went. But all right.
Number 4. Elephants in Kerala can treat themselves to a spa day.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
Elephant Yard Rejuvenation Center provides elephants with baths, massages, and soothing pamper sessions. The spa caters to 59 clients and is a way of giving back to the sacred animal. Elephants play an important role in Kerala's temple processions and are a significant feature of the region, so they deserve a massage every now and then.
Go Kerala! That's really wonderful to hear because we all know elephants can have really harsh treatment around the world. depending on what they're used for. So it's really sweet to hear that they're treated to a spa day and a bath. That's fantastic. I love that.
Number 5. The largest religious gathering in India can be seen from space.
Such me.
Kumbh Mela is a Hindu pilgrimage which takes people to the banks of the Ganges every 12 years. The major event involves ritualistic bathing, devotional singing, religious discussion, and feeding the poor. The attendance figures had to be capped at 75 million, making it the largest pilgrimage on Earth.
Some naked people there.
Number 6. Ancient Indian civilization.
It's interesting that that holiday happens every 12 years. That's quite a big stretch of time in between there. Some interesting looking characters there too.
Civilization is the oldest in the world. We often look to ancient Greece and ancient Egypt,
for sure.
but Indian civilization dates back to 2400 BC, when it was split into 16 monarchies, known as the Mahajanapadas. There are even authenticated human remains that date back to 30,000 years in South Asia.
Wow.
The oldest Hindu texts were written between 2000 and 500 BC, as well as the first texts on science, medicine, and astronomy. We actually owe the number 0 to Indian mathematics, who created the concept.
That's so cool.
Number 7. India is home to every major world religion and doesn't have a national language. Hinduism, Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, and Sikhism all have a place in Indian society, with the most dominant being Hinduism and Islam, covering 80% and 14% of the population, respectively. Judaism has existed in India for the last 2,215 years, and some of these smaller religions also featured, including Jain, Zoroastrian, and Baha'i. India also doesn't have a single national language because 1,652 dialects are spoken across the different regions.
Wow, 1,652. I didn't realize it was that many. I knew there were so many languages, but that many dialects is mind-boggling. That's crazy. I also didn't know that Judaism has been around that long in India. Very fascinating.
Number 8. A polling station is set up for just one voter in Gir Forest at every election. Every election, Marant Barandas Deshandas gets his local polling station entirely to himself because he's the only resident of Gir Forest. He's been voting in Indian elections since 2004 and never misses one now that he has his own personal polling station. Mahant is the caretaker for the one temple in the forest in Gujarat, a home he shares with the rare Asiatic lion.
I've never heard of that animal. Okay, dude, that guy's an OG. Gets his own polling station since 2004 in the middle of a forest. Dope.
Number 9. The Indian government has used scaffolding to hide the Taj Mahal when airstrikes are predicted. During the Second World War and the Indian-Pakistan Wars, scaffolding was put up around the distinctive domes of the Taj Mahal to make it less obvious from above. They feared strikes by the Japanese Air Force during World War II, so hid their most famous landmark. More recent threats to the Taj Mahal include the rising levels of the Yamuna River, which has cracked the tomb underneath the structure. There have been predictions that the tombs could collapse at any time. Check out our video, 15 Most Expensive Man-Made Attractions in the World, to find out what ranks along the stunning Taj Mahal.
Wow, the tomb below the Taj Mahal has been cracked because the Yamuna River is risen. I did not know that. That would be absolutely devastating if anything happened to that beautiful monument. Oh man, I hope that never happens.
Number 10. Indians invented navigation, yoga, the world's cheapest car, and thorium-based nuclear power.
Boy,
Indian
a lot of
society
variety
can take
there.
credit for some of the most important inventions in the world. They were the first to create the concept of navigation over 6,000 years ago, using rivers and seas. Yoga was created 5,000 years ago and has roots in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. The world's cheapest car, the Tata Nano, which costs around 100,000 rupees, the equivalent of $1,400. And India is the home of the first next-generation thorium reactor. The country is aiming to produce 30% of its electrical power with thorium by 2050.
Damn, that's cool.
Number 11.
Wow.
You can stay at the former Indian royal residence for $88,000 a night. If you want to stay at the lap of luxury, forget Paris and forget Dubai. India is the home of the most stunning palaces in the world. Once the home of the Maharajas,
$88,000? Oh my God. Pesa.
there are opulent palaces throughout the country, with some dating back hundreds of years. The Kumarakam Lake Resort hosted Prince Charles's 65th
That is beautiful. Oh my gosh, I want to stay there.
birthday, and the 450-year-old Samod Palace in Jaipur has hosted famous faces from all over the world.
I can't wait to see all these beautiful palaces. Whenever you guys will have me and let me in the borders, I can't wait to see all of this.
Number 12. King Jai Singh of Alwar snubbed Rolls-Royce in the best possible way. India has a long and colorful history of quirky monarchies and extravagant kings and queens. The King of Alwar in northeast India was insulted by a Rolls-Royce salesman when he visited a showroom in London. A very proud man, he ordered a whole fleet of Rolls-Royce cars and gave them to the city's waste department so they could use them to transport rubbish throughout the city.
Are you kidding me? That guy's a bamf. What a badass. I did not know that he gave them to the wastewater department. Or was it the wastewater?
Used them to transport a fleet of Rolls-Royce cars and gave them to the city's waste department so they could use them to transport rubbish throughout the city.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Classic.
Number 13.
Classic.
1 million Indians are millionaires. India has one of the most dramatic wealth gaps in the world, with 35% of the country living below the poverty line.
Yeah.
Those who live way above it live a very different kind of life. The richest Indian in the world is Mukesh Ambani, who has a net worth of $53 billion. The 59-year-old made his money in the oil and gas industry, and his billion-dollar home recently made headlines because he chose to build a 27-story skyscraper instead of a sprawling mansion.
What? For real? That's this guy's home? Interesting. Not where I would have built my home, but wow, that's something else. I have never seen anything like that. I think it's very peculiar that 1 million Indians are millionaires. That's quite a statistic.
Skyscraper instead of a sprawling mansion.
It's so crazy looking.
Number 14. The first account of plastic surgery was found in an ancient Sanskrit text. One of the first medical texts was the Sushruta Samhita, which can be dated back to the 6th century CE. It's one of the very first examples of a medical text and discusses surgery, incisions, skin grafts, and nose reconstruction. Britain's first nose job wouldn't be performed until 1814, a worrying 80 years before the Sushruta Samhita would be translated.
Whoa, that is a
Number
trip.
15. One of
Can you imagine getting those procedures done back in that day? No, thank you.
India's most extravagant weddings caused controversy because it was too extravagant. Lasting 5 days and costing $74 million, the wedding of the daughter of a prominent businessman made headlines in 2016 for all the wrong reasons. The $2.5 million wedding sari, Bollywood royalty in attendance, and gold Bangalore Palace setting was denounced as an obscene display of wealth. Millions of Indians live in poverty, so the wedding was criticized for being in poor taste.
I think I've heard of that event before.
There are many stereotypical images of India, but there's so much more to this incredible country than many of us know. The center of many industries and the world's biggest democracy, India has influenced art, literature, science, and medicine potentially more than any other nation. If you could take a trip to this beautiful, fascinating country, where would you find yourself? In a gorgeous Maharaja's palace, surrounded by palm trees and rural countryside?
Just take me.
Or a modern apartment in the thick of busy Mumbai?
Just please take me in, India. Wow, that was really neat. Fascinating. Let's make sure it's done. Yes. Wow, that was really cool. Okay, I mean, India is the perpetuator of so many great inventions, techniques, just everything that we use in our lives. India has it's a beautiful country, but it is very advanced. I mean, so many things we have in this world, we owe to India. That was really interesting about the nuclear power reactor, the thorium reactor. I've never heard of that. I would like to learn more, like how far along is that? That's next level stuff. Incredible. I did question the no national language. As far as I know, Hindi and English are technically the national languages, right? But obviously there's so many, it's hard to just name one or two as the national language. But I thought that those were considered that. Man, that was really cool. Like the cheapest car too. That was so funny. And the dude that has his own polling station in the woods. Awesome. Awesome. India is full of characters, from like billionaires that build 27-story homes in the middle of downtown to a royal that bought an entire fleet of Rolls Royce for the waste department. I love it. So much personality. That was really cool to learn so many new facts about one of my favorite countries in the entire world. I would love to know, did you guys learn anything from this? Please comment below. Let me know what you learned. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love my subscribers. Thank you, my lovely dosts. I appreciate you guys so much. If you haven't already, go down and subscribe to DenaeLife. We can keep learning more things about India, and I love to react on all things Indian, movies and music included. Like this video, please. I would really appreciate it. You guys, salam, peace, stay blessed, spread love, peace, and positivity, and Jai Hind. Bye. Dhanyavad.